Greetings, it is Brother Man Trucking. I got a good one for you today. Last summer, I was pulled over by the DOT man. He had probable cause to pull me over. You know, he saw an issue going on with my truck, so he pulled me over. So what was the issue? The exhaust elbow that comes from under the truck that goes up to the stack, it was cracked. So it wasn't containing the smoke, and the smoke was coming outside of the blowing out, you know, where the crack was, to, you know, make it simple. So, and because my truck burns dirty anyway, you know, the old B model Caterpillar, you know, it likes to smoke. And at the time I was running some used engine fluid that was black in there. So it was really smoky. It looked like a freight train. So where he pulled me over at, prior to him pulling me over, you know, I'm sitting at the traffic light, and he was probably, I would say, about 150 feet in front of me. And I could see him. I could see him sitting there at the lot. You know, he was just sitting there. The road's going this way. He's sitting right here, you know, just watching traffic go by, and it's on an incline. So it was, and I had a load of shingles on, which I was just about 79, 80,000. So on the pounds. So I leave the light. I was like, well, he already gonna see it. So I just went by. I ain't try to feather nothing. It wouldn't have worked anyway. So I'm getting on it, smoke's blowing everywhere, and I go by him. You know, it's all smoky and everything. So I get up. I know I'm going up the road, and I look behind me. He pulls out. So he gets behind me, you know, puts the lights on. So I pull over where it was safe. So I pull over, he pulls in behind me. So he comes up to the door. I need your license and registration and logbook and insurance. So I give him the, you know, license, the registration, the insurance, license, registration, and insurance. And then how many days of the logs do you need? He says, I believe he said 7 days. I need 7 days. I said, okay. So this is an old logbook. So I look, okay, I count, let me see. What's today's date? Okay, good. I was current on the log. So I count, I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I go just like this. Here you go. He's looking at me like, you just didn't want to give me all that? Nope. No, I'm not giving you nothing to go off of. No, See, brother man, study. I study. You know, you gotta study. So he takes the stuff back to the car, and he comes back. And because I sign my logs a certain way, because my license is signed a certain way, and all of my documents are signed a certain way, he's like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know 100%. He's probably like, this isn't this guy's name. Why is he signing this like this? You know? So I'm pretty sure he already know, something's up. So I'm trying to remember this as it occurred. So he comes back to the truck, and I think he comes back to the truck. Then he says, okay, I'm gonna, you know, perform a level 1 on you. Okay, well, that's what you need to do. And I said, but I just want you to know something, that I'm going to charge you 1,000. I think I said it's on. I got it recorded on another phone. I'm going to charge you $1,000 per order, plus whatever the fee was for the time that was that he's going to have me there. So you had time, and then you had per order. So what do you mean per order? So if I got to cut my lights on, that's an order. Is that an order? He's like, yeah. Okay. If I got to cut my lights on, if I got to do the brake thing, and I got to do turn signals and all that kind of stuff, you know, $1,000 per order. And I'm telling you, I said, you assume all liability. And he's like, yeah, he started, you know, get all huffy. I said, listen, you know what? Call your supervisor. You know, let's talk to him. So he got all huffy. He went back to his truck, his pickup truck. So the police station was like probably another maybe 200 feet up the road. You could see it, right? So You see a black SUV. He comes down, makes a U-turn, pulls behind him. So he don't come up right away. He's talking. They're talking, and they're talking for probably at least 10 minutes before this guy comes up. So the supervisor comes up, and he's like, how can I help you? And he's like, can you step out? And it was loud because the traffic was going by. So yeah, I can step out. So we walked around to the side of the truck, and I said, listen, I said, officer, whatever his name was, he stopped me and he wants to perform an inspection on me. I said, hey, he's doing his job. I said, but I told him, and he agreed, that he is liable for the fee, the invoice that I'm going to send him for every order and for me stopping his truck, for my time. So the time is going to be calculated and every order is going to be calculated, right? So the lieutenant's like, you could see him, like he didn't want to, he was playing it cool. And I don't know if he was trying to be good cop or bad cop at the time. And he said, you know what? I said, excuse me. He said, this guy is certified, by the Pennsylvania State Police as a local cop to do truck inspections. He said, if I stopped you, I said, I would probably just let you go because I don't want to deal with that. Right. So I'm thinking like, okay, whatever. So, but then he says, if you have any problems out of him, that he's not acting cordial or, he gets out of line or anything like that, here's my name. The police station is right there. So I already knew that. And you just, you come see me. All right, fair enough. So he, proceeded to do the inspection. And so he left. By this time, another cop comes up. This guy looked like he just fresh out of police academy. So he pulls up, and I guess he was just there for backup or whatever. So the guy does the inspection, cut your lights on, $1,000, this, and I'm telling him I'm going to charge him. And I'm not, you're going to pay. I'm just like, that's $1,000. I'm just kind of like making a joke out of it. And he's, all right, if you're going to charge me $1,000, man, I want to inspect everything. I'm going to put you at a certain, I don't think the recording got that, but yeah, he said stuff like that. So he does the inspection. So he put me out of service for that, and he saw something else. He was like, yeah, I see all kinds of stuff wrong with your truck. You want to see it? Nope, I don't want to see nothing. I'm not acquiescing to nothing. I'm not giving consent to anything. So, because anything that I say can and will be used against me. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be smart about these things. Brother man studies. So he gives me he goes back to the car. He comes back, gives me the fine. So immediately after that, the same day, because I be studying, I wrote some stuff on that ticket in a red Sharpie, and I sent it to the Pennsylvania State Police, registered mail, and I sent it down to the courthouse, registered mail. So, and they both received it. What'd you write? That's not even important, because this stuff you have to have an understanding, a comprehension of what's going on. So if you want to know, you look it up. It's called right of rescission. So I did that, and to make a long story short, let's fast forward. Let me back up to where the lieutenant was there. I told the lieutenant, I said, it is a federal offense for anyone to stop a truck or a vehicle or someone that is in commerce, and they consider it a crime. And I think I said it's either a fee or it's jail time. I said it's called the Hobbs Act, right? So the Hobbs Act, Hobbs Act. I had it written down here because I don't have a printout of it. Let me see, where is it at? Right here. Hobbs Act. Now this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm completely out of my mind, right? So it is 18 USC, which stands for United States Code, I believe, 1951. So Hobbs Act The Hobbs Act states, whoever in any way or degree obstructs, delays, or affects commerce or the movement of any article or commodity in commerce, trucking falls into that category. You're in commerce. That's why you need a commercial driver's license. By robbery or extortion or attempts or conspires so to do, or commits or threatens physical violence to any person or property in furtherance of a plan or purpose, or it goes on. You can go read it yourself. I was going to write this whole thing down. I don't have a printout of it. So basically they're saying if whoever is convicted of this, it's a minimum of 20 years in prison. So here's the question, and I'll get back to the ticket thing in a minute. So here's the question. Are these checkpoints legal? The DOT stops when you got to pull over and they check your paperwork and everything. And sometimes they got to make quotas, so they got to extort something from you. Are they legal? I mean, according to this, it says, commerce ain't supposed to stop. According to this, entertainment and educational purposes only. So I'm looking at this, and I had this in my mind, and I told the cop that too, the lieutenant. So, and that's when he said, if it was just, if I wasn't DOT certified and I pull you over and you show me that, I said, you know what, we wouldn't have any issues. Excuse me. So now let me get back to the ticket. So some time went by. So I actually did pay the ticket. Now, when I went to the court building, because you actually have court on the paper, the courthouse is just a court building, or the township, wherever, that little district court thing, the building. So I went there, went up to the window, and I said, here, I want to, take care of this citation. So now they received this, they received the citation back of what I wrote on there. And the lady's like, you want a hearing or do you want to pay this? And I said, no, I'll pay it. So, well, why didn't you fight it, brother, man? My paperwork wasn't straight yet in regards to this stuff. So I said, I'll give him this one. But the next one, if it ever comes to that, the next one, we got our paperwork. The start of the paperwork has been, the initial paperwork has been filed. So now it's just now we just have to build on top of that. So I just paid the fine. So yeah, my safety record is 100% out of service. It's been like that for at least a year now. It hasn't affected me, working with the same brokers and the people that I work with. My insurance, people were like, yeah, I got out of service. My insurance doubled. It didn't double. It hardly moved. It went up like a little bit. Not enough to, to scream and holler about. So that's that. So what's the remedy for this? I brought this up, we're at 13 minutes now, a little over 13 minutes. What's the remedy for this? So let's say that you file notice, right? You file a notice through the public record somewhere, whatever public record that you use. So there's a fee schedule, right? And let's say that your business name is trademarked or copyrighted or whatever have you. And you remember I brought up the Ferrari brand, right? So let's say, now this is how I try to process things, how I try to think. So you got your name, your business name copyrighted, right? And notarized, and filed publicly. So let's say I was back let's say that I went to court, right? To the courthouse, right? And without getting into all the detail. And because my business name is copyrighted, and on the citation, I didn't give them permission to use my name or my business name. So that's copyright infringement, right? So under this Hobbs Act, where is it at? Robbery and extortion. Would that fall under robbery and extortion? I mean copyright infringement, but robbery and extortion because you're using my name on your documents. I mean, I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question. When truckers fight back.